Welcome back, heroes, to The Longest Journey. So we just completed our errand and we got us a flute. So I guess that's helpful, right? Hey, map maker, give me an arn. I completed your delivery, so I deserve
Your
pay.
next assignment is a map of Shandagriel to the Rolling Man. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Did you not ask me about him earlier today?
Maybe.
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else.
I could have sworn. Well, no matter. Do you know how to get to the Rolling Man's house?
I do not.
I forget.
Let me explain then. Now, pay attention because this is complicated. He has
okay.
chosen to live in the most inaccessible place in the city, but I guess he has his reasons.
Okay.
First, you head west off the marketplace on Oak until you get to a tiny little apothecary, Mrs. Cassop's Herbs and Oils, where you turn north on South Street. Confusing that, for about 4 minutes of brisk walking. That's when you see a large grove of trees. It's a memorial to those who died in the last war with the tyrant back the balance knows when.
What?
Can't see why they choose to remind us of that, where you'll turn left.
That's west?
No,
west?
left. That'll take you back south, but onto North Street instead. And that keeps you out of the Dalmari neighborhood. Down that way. Nasty, nasty neighborhoods. Keep walking south for about, or was that north? Wait, north on South Street, south on North Street, or the other way around. Anyway, find the Rose Bridge off
I got it.
Reed Avenue and cross it.
There's a river?
No, just a bridge. The river disappeared 500 years ago. No one knows what happened to it. After you've crossed the bridge, you'll be on the western slopes of Marcuria.
And that's where West House, I mean, the Rolling Man lives.
No, far from it, but you need to pass through that part of Marcuria to get to the Rolling Man. Keep south and watch out for the livestock. They're likely to attack in that part of town.
I got like
Eventually,
smoke
you'll
coming
get to
out
a
of my
large
ears.
circular square. That's where they used to hold executions back when the city was civilized.
You call murder civilized?
Better than locking people up for years, as any level-headed person would tell you. Our freedom cannot be curtailed. Real men choose the honor of death to the shame of incarceration.
I see.
Yeah, sure you do.
Circle around the square and head down Tandak for half a mile.
This
Or
sounds like
should
it's
that
giving
be
me history
Parrot
of the
Lane?
city.
Yes, Parrot Lane. Head west on Parrot Lane for half a mile. Then turn right at the Maiden's Honor Tavern.
North again?
No, west. Parrot Lane has a few twists and turns. Anyway, you should now be able to see the Ivory Tower.
Is it a big tower?
No, only about 5 feet tall, but it's ivory, straight from the coast of the Southlands, bravely cut from the drooling jaws of the gruesome Kandar.
I thought I'd go this
Big
way.
creature,
that,
4
that
legs,
way,
large
and then,
ears, long snout, sort of grayish in color?
Yes, the horror of the Southlands. Many a brave hunter has fallen victim to its ravaging hunger.
Good
Wait,
grief. Okay,
bunnies?
Pass by the tower to the edge
think
of
I
the
missed
cliff
something.
and look down. The Rolling Man has built his home on the cliffside. It's a wonder he's not been washed away by the storms.
This is here.
I hope I got all that. Basically, go west until I hit the edge, right?
Yes, that would be correct.
But all of that complication. Why? Well, I guess I got that, but I didn't get paid an arn. I guess I could just go back to the marketplace. I mean, you could have just said, like, go to the ocean, walk along the edge until you find his house. Man, West House's bungalow. So, this is the legendary West House. You! Take me home! Or maybe he's not West House.
Hello,
He might not be.
Mr. Westhouse?
Damn, Nation, what is it now? Oh, guess you're not calling on behalf of that son of a bitch Sanya for you.
Sorry, I don't know who...
No, that's very unlikely. From what I hear, he doesn't much enjoy the company of women. Well, who in damnation are you?
April Ryan,
person.
Sir.
Ryan?
Sent by Cortez.
Doesn't sound very Northlandian. Are you by any chance from the coast of... Hold on. Ryan? April Ryan? I'll be damned. You're from Stark.
Maybe.
Apparently. Until today, I thought I was just from Earth. I had no idea there were two of them.
Takes you by surprise, doesn't it? Well, goddamn. Sit down, Miss Ryan. Let me
a lot
get
of things take you by
drink.
surprise. Random creatures, talking birds, bacon baths, all those things. Okay, well, I guess I'll sit down then. Don't fall over. I can see what they mean by the worst place.
Magic pollutes the purity of the spirit, but I keep a bottle of Glenfiddich for special occasions.
Thanks for the offer, sir, but I didn't come here to have a drink.
Really?
I see.
I see. This isn't a social call.
Not really. I don't know you,
sorry.
like, ever.
Oh, no matter. It's still a pleasant surprise to meet someone from home. Now,
yeah, I suppose.
What may I do for you?
Take me home. It's just like bend over, tip cup. What is this? Well, first off, I have a delivery. Let's go ahead and take care of that.
Delivery? When did the U.S. Postal Service start delivering mail to Arcadia?
It's from the map merchant at the market. It's just
since they couldn't compete with the internet.
I've been waiting for you. Hold your horses. What are you doing working for the guild? Are you planning on staying in Marcuria?
Not really. I just needed some
I'd
arns.
strongly advise against it, Miss Ryan. Arcadia may look like a pastoral fairy tale realm, but it's not. You bleed as easily here as you do in Stark, and magic can do more damage than a gun.
I'm not planning on staying, but I had to find you. The map merchant was the only one who knew where you lived, and he wouldn't tell me.
And I need your signature.
So I got him to hire me, and you were the second delivery on my list.
Gods. Carrick and his misguided loyalty. I'll have a word with the man. Thanks for the map, though. I collect them. There's not much else to do in this godforsaken city.
Yeah, I suppose they don't really have the television. Can they magic up one? Okay, well anyways, Cortez told me to look for you.
Up.
He did he? I see. Who's Cortez?
Well, great. That helps so much.
I'd certainly remember. Did you say Cortez? You wouldn't be talking about old Manny Chavez, would you?
What?
Well, he ought to be dead by now, but then, by all rights, so should I.
I don't know his first name, but he calls himself Cortez.
Tall fellow,
Manny
mysterious
Chavez.
and elusive, rarely answers a question with a simple yes or no. Smokes like a chimney?
Yep, yeah, that sounds like it.
Aside from that bit about smoking like a chimney, it sounds exactly like Cortez.
Manny. I'll be damned. That old crook is still around. Well, how the devil is he?
He's good. Where do you know him from?
Oh,
Stark.
my old life back in Stark. We had some exciting adventures, him and I. Actually, he's part of the reason I ended up here. I last saw him in the winter of 1934.
But that's almost 300 years ago.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it? And I'm sure he doesn't look a day older than he did back then. Handsome devil.
Well, if I'm going to accept magic in parallel worlds, I might as well accept people living 300 years.
I suppose. That's still weird.
You misunderstand. I'm only 46. I arrived here about 15 years ago, but I left Stark in 1934.
Oh.
Between the worlds, where you dream time has little meaning, I was trapped, you see, for quite a while.
Well then.
300 years?
Time went by pretty fast.
300 years.
At the time, but now that you mention it, 300 years, quite disconcerting.
Yeah, we got flying cars now. Flying cars, man. Flying cars. Well, I suppose we should get down to business. He said you could get me home.
Go back home to Stark.
Yeah, how do I get home?
Now, why would he say that? I'm not a shifter, and I don't know any magic. I'm sorry, Miss Ryan, but you'd be better off asking the Sentinel priests for assistance.
They can't.
Already did. They said I was on my own, that they couldn't help me.
Well, this is a predicament.
Reactionary fools wouldn't extend a hand to help a drowning man if it violated the principles of their bloody balance. But I can't think why Manny would tell you to visit me in order to shift home. It just doesn't make sense.
Maybe you're the only thing of Stark? How'd you end up here?
How did you end up here in Mercuria?
That's quite a story. I won't bore you with the details, but suffice it to say, I was always somewhat of an adventurer.
You found porn.
The promise
that's how he got here.
Virgin territory untouched by civilization held great sway with me in my youth, as did the idea of a highly spiritual state of mind.
The cult of magic.
Magic.
He was one of those crap.
I was born in 1902 in Boston. By the time I was 17, I'd put that life behind me. I spent the next 3 years at sea, and then I wandered around Europe for a time. In the early 30s, the 1930s, of course, I found myself in India working as a journalist. That's where I met Manny, and that's where I first heard of Arcadia. I was amazed and quite skeptical at first, but the thought of a whole new world to see and magic? I was a fool, of course, but who knew where my curiosity would bring me?
Yeah, like, how does the magic work? I haven't seen much magic yet. So what happened in India?
I've tried to forget about it.
What happened in India stays in India.
If I could go back and convince myself not to...
what?
But I still wouldn't have listened, of course. Yeah. The unknown attracts. I ended up in Tibet in the winter of '34, wading through snow up to my chest, thinking for sure that this was it. I was going to die. Manny pulled me out of that one, thank God. I spent 3 months in a monastery before pushing on.
Sounds like a character I know.
Into the void. There's only one way for a non-shifter to pass through the divide. And it's not an easy road to take.
What, do you have to die?
Now, if you don't mind, I'd prefer not to talk about the past anymore. There's more than
he died and went to Mercuria.
In the present.
I should get
or
going.
Arcadia, I should say.
Very well.
Automatically
You're welcome
says
back at any time, Miss Ryan. Anytime.
Thank you, sir. I'll remember that.
Well, darn, then what am I supposed to do? Well, I guess at the very least I can get this signed.
Sign this, please. It's just to confirm that I made the delivery.
Certainly.
Yeah, at least I don't have to go around, find a flute, and make you toot a horn to just make you sign that. Oh, man. Okay, well, ooh, bottle.
I can't hold my liquor. I'll be spending the rest of the day doubled over, staring into the ocean, and, I'll just...
Hold on one second, Miss Ryan. I just remembered something. It's such a long time ago, I'd almost forgotten, but Manny did give me something that might be of interest.
Oh, really?
What is it?
Why didn't you say this before?
It's a pocket watch. Manny gave it to me the last time I saw him. I never quite understood why, but maybe you can tell me.
Did he say anything about it?
He said that when his heart started beating again, he would know. It would be like a message in Morse code, a beacon. Damn watch never worked. And the winding mechanism is broken, so it's probably not worth much. You're welcome to it if it's any help.
Thanks.
Okay. What? But a pocket watch?
It's an antique pocket watch. It's not ticking. The knob used for winding the watch seems to have broken off, and there's only a tiny hole left.
What if I use the push pin?
I insert this pin carefully into the hole.
Yeah.
Like so, and then slowly wind it. It worked! It's ticking!
Yay! I got it work. What?